Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. What a big announcement. No, it's not the STURMTIGER, not yet, but I tell you what, this thing could prove to be a little bit of step and a little bit of a reminder for all of us of all the tanks and vehicles that we still want in War Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Brumbar, the Grouchy Bear. It is a beast. It's basically the baby STURMTIGER as far as I'm concerned. 150 millimeter Stu 43 howitzer, frontal armor reaching at 100 millimeters at its max, and some decent sloped armor. This thing looks awesome. Plus, I like Scherzen. That's one of the reasons why the Panzer IV I think is one of my favorite looking tanks aesthetically, because I like the Panzer IV with the Scherzen. Now we get this derp gun here, big ol' 150 millimeter, a little bit smaller than the KV2 with its 152 Russian bias. No, but all joking aside, this thing's a beast. So let's take a look at it and discuss it just a bit. So we're gonna be on the dev blog posting. Whoa. Devlog posting it. I don't think I breathed for like a minute or two right there. Whoo! So the Brumbar, in German, means grouchy bear. It's a self-propelled gun on a Panzer IV medium tank chassis, created to directly accompany infantry in urban warfare and to destroy fortified structures. Neither of which do we really have as objectives in War Thunder. Come on, man. I want infantry and just. You know, yeah, that's a discussion for another day. The SPG was produced from 1943 to 1945 and took part in battles on both the Eastern and Western fronts. Advancing in battles alongside stormtroops, the Brummbar suppressed firing positions and destroyed sniper and machine gun nests with the help of its monstrously powerful gun, the 150mm Stu 43 howitzer. The Brumbar's excellent armor protected it not only from bullets and shrapnel, but also from anti-tank guns. The armored frontal projection reaches 100 millimeters in thickness at a reasonable sloped angle, and you can see some tank tracks adding as extra armor on the lower glacis and upper glacis, plus Scherzen on the side, so there's a little bit about that, plus bogey wheels on the back of it. There's a lot of extra little doodads kind of thrown in there. So the military, the Germans classified this tank as a storm tank, a Sturmpanzer, which is how it received its unofficial name of the Stupa among the troops. It was the Allies that dubbed it the Grouch. In its various production runs, it used the chassis from the Panzer IV Model E, F, and later the G tanks. The cabin underwent significant changes, and the SPG was given add-on armor in the form of screens on the sides of the hull, which we can see right here. The Brumbar used special tracks designed specifically for the war on the Eastern Front, so kind of to deal with, you know, snow and softer terrain. No armor-piercing ammunition is included in the list of shells used, since the vehicle is not designed for jousting other tanks. However, it did use the powerful 38 kilogram high explosive shells and hollow charge shells. So it seems like it'll be very similar to the KV2 firing HE rounds, but it won't have that kind of concrete busting shell that the KV2s have. But I wonder what the hollow charge shells mean. Does that mean like a shaped charge, kind of like a, you know, rudimentary heat round? I am not sure. So in War Thunder, the Brumbar is very similar to the ISU 152 Beast Slayer in gameplay. It has similar armament, similar caliber, comparable speed, and evokes a similar sense of fear in the opposing team. However, there is an interesting fact. Though its shells had less projectile mass, they had more explosive. 8.6 kilograms against 5.9 kilograms of the ISU 152 shells. So as has already been noted, the front of the SPG's cabin is very well armored, but you have to take good care of its side and rear. The side armor thickness is a mere 50 millimeters on the upper works, 20 millimeters on the hull, and 20 to 30 millimeters in the rear. The high caliber of its howitzer and the heavy shells requires the gunner to use high lead angles, but a direct hit from one of its high explosive gifts deals simply catastrophic damage, as a rule sending any opponent back to the hangar with 1 or 2 hits. Its ammunition complement of 38 shells is enough for any battle, even the most active. Much better than the ZIS 30, which only has 20 rounds, which I was using the other day and actually ran out, which kind of sucked. especially when you're on a 6-7 kill spree. But this thing looks awesome. It's kind of fun to have another, you know, big a tank that wasn't necessarily designed to fight other tanks, but given, you know, War Thunder, that you'll find KV-2s as one of the most feared tanks in the game when they were never really originally designed to fight other tanks. They did note, however, that this Brumbar was more similar to the ISU-152, and it does make sense. Both of them are casemate-style tank destroyers, similar caliber guns, no rotating turret like the KV-2, and, you know, weaker side and rear armor. It's pretty fun. I'm still waiting for the Sturmtiger, the Churchill AVRE, and I'm pretty sure that the Americans need another kind of, you know, big caliber howitzer-like derpish type gun. I think they could use the M8 Scott as a lower tier one, because that thing had a 75mm howitzer on a Stuart chassis, which is one of my favorite tanks in Men of War Assault Squad. So those are some tanks that I'm looking forward to. There's a Finnish version of a BT5 or a BT7 with like a 76mm howitzer, I'm pretty sure, on the top of it, which makes that thing look pretty silly. But I'd say overall, I think this will be interesting. It's unfortunate that it won't have kind of like an armor-piercing round like the KV-2 would have. But I'm hoping that this thing doesn't find itself on a similar BR as a KV-2 or ISU-152, given the fact that it has, you know, not the same capabilities of shells, despite the fact that its 150mm high explosive shells are pretty good. At higher tiers, there's going to be a lot of situations where they won't be nearly as effective, right? So hopefully they do something like that. So the Brumbar is actually a feared tank and not something just put in and have a shitty BR, and as a result, it sucks. But there's no indication of whether this will be premium, so I'm led to believe that it'll be a main tech tree vehicle. And they're saying that it's going... Yeah, it's... Okay. Oh, no, never mind. I didn't finish reading. So the Brumbar will be a rank 3 premium vehicle in the German tech tree. That's 300 of these were made. Why is it premium? You know what I mean? But hey, that's just my personal opinion. Will the tanks still be fun? I don't know. Hopefully when the dev server comes out, I'll show it off to you guys. But until that time, I think it's reasonable to remain excited, but also, you know, want it to prove its own merit. You know, in the past, I know I've been kind of blindly excited a lot of times, but after a while, even an idealist like myself, can become a little bit skeptical and want to see more. So I'm looking to try this thing out on the dev server whenever it is available. There's no news as to when patch 1.61 or the dev server for that will be available, but they are saying that you'll be able to make the Grouch yours in the nearest major update in War Thunder. So that will be 161. No news as to whether that is. I don't know anything. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Brumbar, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments below which vehicle you're most anticipating. Both planes and tanks, either or both. Because I'd say this was on my list, probably in the top 15, but I wouldn't say it was in the top 10. But one of the ones that is, or two of the ones that are the Churchill AVRE and the Sturmtiger, which this thing kind of reminds me of those vehicles. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed World of Warships Wednesdays. This was a dev blog post on a vehicle I'm pretty excited for, although cautiously optimistic about, so I wanted to share it with you all. Have a great Wednesday. 2 videos in one day. Hope you enjoyed it. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you soon. Where's he at?
He's around the corner. Woo! Yee. What's up, motherfucker?
Ha! It's a race. Tavares. Oh, you better not shoot at me. Whoa,
Kill
who's
you,
that?
Bitch.
Was that you or someone else?
No. Get the fuck
I
back
don't
here.
know,
I'm
bro.
kill you, bitch.
Hey, dude. Ring around
You
these.
son of a bitch.
Ring around the potato.
Oh, I outsmarted you, potato.
Outsmart Day's nuts.
Oh, fuck. Better get the fuck back here. I'm gonna kill you, son of a
Dude,
bitch.
I'm hiding behind this hill.
Yee.
Yee, yee.
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 You don't buy your beer, you rent your beer. Yee! Get the fuck back here.
What is all these explosions going around?
I'm gonna get you bear.
What was that sound?
I'm out of ammo now.
Yeah, you gotta remember you only got 20 shells.
Yo,
I'm out
look
of
behind you. Look behind you,
torpedoes.
dude. Fucking Kevin Block out here. My name's Kevin Block. This is Rally Car 217. Woo! Wow, that was fucking. You know what? Oh my god, I feel disgraced.
What did you do? Where'd that come from?
I jayed out.
Oh.
Yay!
I was like, where was that?
I jayed the fuck out because I was embarrassed that I didn't jump. Girls und Panzer. Girls und Panzer.
Panzer, tanks and girls. Oh.
I scream way too much.
Oh, baby. Panzer
baby.
girls.